Swig, swig, swig. It's Starbucks, calm down. Hey kiddos, welcome to my new podcast, Thinking Like a Taurus, where a bowl in a china shop perfectly describes what my thought process looks like. Fun fact with that intro, bull in a china shop, my dad helped me come up with that. Thanks, Dad. If you don't know who I am, I'm Uni Cosplays. You most likely have seen me on TikTok. I'm not saying I'm famous, because I'm not. All I'm saying is that I have a higher following on TikTok than I do anywhere else, so you might have seen me on TikTok. This is a podcast where I basically talk about whatever I want and whatever is going on this ball of fire that is the world we live in today. Now, we'll get more into the details about this podcast later on, but for right now, let's just get into the fun stuff, and we'll start with the weekly update. Weekly Update is the segment where I tell you all of the interesting things that happened in the previous week since the last time we recorded. Now, since this is the first episode, I'm only going to tell you the super interesting stuff that happened within the last 7 days because, we don't have anything else to reference, so here we go. Oh, and Happy New Year! It is 2023 by the time this is coming out. Believe it or not, I am not filming this on January 1st. But Happy New Year, guys! We made it to 2023. I will admit, 2022 was one of my favorite years for me personally. I actually really enjoyed that year. 2022 was pretty good. If you saw my video that I posted on TikTok, I summed up all of the super duper fun moments that I had over 2022. I made a lot of new friends. I graduated high school. I visited amazing places. It was great, and I would like to repeat that in 2023. Now, leading up to any new year, anyone can get pretty riled up. I'll admit, the holidays are a pretty stressful time for me and my family, but it's pretty stressful for 90% of this country that celebrates these holidays. Of course, Christmas was the start of the week that I am talking about right now, and if you celebrate Christmas, I do celebrate Christmas personally. Over the weekend leading up to Christmas, my friends and I actually did a Christmas light tour where we go around my city looking at all of these really gorgeous houses decorated for Christmas. Sometimes they'll sync them up with radio stations, they'll do fancy graphics, projectors. It's amazing what some people can do. Now, the one thing I don't want to know is how expensive their electric bill is. Can you imagine? I would highly recommend, if you celebrate Christmas and you want to go on a Christmas light tour, seriously, go try it. It is so much fun. It took us about 3 hours to get through, I want to say about 25 houses. And it was amazing because it's fun to hang out with friends. We sang Christmas songs. We picked on each other like me and my friends always do. And honestly, it was just a great time. It was freezing though because, this country kind of went through a freeze. It was so cold and we only got out of the car about 3 times, but worth it, honestly. Okay, we were frigid when we got back in the car, but we all did it as a team. It was my mother and 2 of my friends, so we all kind of collectively froze and then got back in the car and thawed. On Monday, if you follow my TikTok, my cosplay of Gregory from 5 Nights at Freddy's Security Breach came out.
Gregory.
Go follow my TikTok if you want to see more videos. That's it. But here are some really cool shots of what my cosplay looked like. It turned out really, really good. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of it. Okay? I never thought I would be able to cosplay Gregory, but here we are. Also, I don't have a Faz watch, so my little watch here, my Digi watch, that's what you're gonna get. Also, that Faz cam that's featured in some of my videos, I made myself. So, I kind of have to be a bit proud of that because it's so cute. Finally, another thing about my week, I got to spoil my mother for her birthday. I adore my mother. I love her so much. And it was her birthday, so I got to spoil her. I decorated the house. I made her cake. I got her a present. Took her to Target. And we had lots of fun. We had a good adventure. And my favorite color is purple. That's relevant. My favorite color is purple. Her favorite color is purple. But before my favorite color was purple, I always wore that color for her birthday just for her. I always decked out in purple for her. And now that we have the same favorite color, it works. I'm always decked out in purple. This week was the last week of 2022, which just blows my mind personally because I graduated this year. I graduated from high school and I am now in college. And it blows my mind because when I quote unquote graduated, when I went from 8th grade to 9th grade, they kept telling us, was like, your class of 2022, class of 2022, congrats, I'll see you in 2022, all of that. And then I went through all of high school being like, well, that's so far away, and here I am, over 6 months, graduated. And I already finished that year. Now we're headed into 2023. And it's like, what? Anyway, moving right along out of my personal life, we are going to be moving to a brand new segment that I like to call TikTok of the Day. TikTok of the Day is basically a segment where I talk about one of the TikToks that I saw, because I watch a lot of TikTok, one of them that just I've been thinking about over the past week, and this one in particular. This one in particular is from Michaela and Mattia. You probably know them. Here's their handles. They're amazing. They're hilarious. And this TikTok in particular is hilarious to me. So I'm gonna pull it up. We're gonna watch it together, and it's so funny. Anyway, this was posted November of 2021, so it is not exactly new, but it's like revolutionary. It's hilarious. All right, roll the clip.
Michaela, it's snowing outside. What?
Yeah, that means we will have school tomorrow.
Is this the first snow of the season? Do you smell that? Oh,
You fart?
what? No! It's the smell of the first snow of the season.
I adore that video. It's so funny. They're absolutely hilarious. Another video that I really like that might be next TikTok of the day. You never know. Whatever TikTok really catches my attention over the week, I save to a playlist and I react to it on camera. But that one caught my attention because I did that one. I actually did that this year. I looked outside when it snowed and I was like, it's the first fresh snow of the season, and now I can't stop referencing it. It snowed last night, actually. It snowed real bad. It was like, what do you call that? Sleet? Is that what you call it? It was sleet, and it was bad. It was so slippery. I almost ate it right there. I love Michaela and Matthias so much. Okay, I would lose it if I got to meet them. Honestly, they're hilarious. They're the best like set of siblings I've ever seen. Honestly, they're amazing, and they seem like such nice people. Also, and incredibly dedicated to their work. And also, Michaela is the lesbian of TikTok. Okay, a lot of people have their different opinions, but I love Michaela. Michaela's amazing. Okay, and she's hilarious. So that's my note on that. Anyway, that is TikTok of the day. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Moving forward, we're going to get a ton of different TikToks where they're going to be funny, they're going to be dramatic, they could be scary, you never know. Whatever TikTok really catches my attention. If you want to be TikTok of the day, better hope that I find your TikTok. Because it can be anybody. Famous, not famous, I don't care. But if it looks cool, I'm probably going to feature it. So that is TikTok of the day. Next segment. The next segment is something that I like to call Fashion Forward. Fashion Forward is basically a segment where I talk about anything that catches my attention with today's fashion trends. Things are changing constantly. Some trends come back, some of them are brand new. You never know. People get really creative in the fashion world. Now, today's Fashion Forward topic is something that a lot of people know a lot about me. I love earrings. My earrings right here, you probably can't really see them very well, but I'll put a picture of them right here. They're little computers. They're so cute. Oh! It's time for Be Real. You guys want to be in my Be Real? Let's do Be Real, guys. Guys, follow my Be Real. Or don't. I really don't care. I just do it so I can have, like, some kind of routine in my life. Y'all are in my Be Real. Congrats. I've been obsessed with shaped earrings for about a year now, and I have so many. I counted. I have 79.
My strange addiction.
Honestly, I really do. Seriously, I enjoy shaped earrings so much. And I have earrings for practically anything. But what's hilarious is I have 3 different pairs of lightning bolts. I found these really cute ones. If you didn't know, I worked at Spirit Halloween. Um, these really cute ones that we had for like one day and then they sold out. They're these big hoops, but on the bottom they have little trick or treat bags that say trick or treat. They are so cute. Another thing I got from Spirit Halloween, little sidetrack. Look at him. This is my Lightning McTreat. He holds my candy. Also, one of my best friends got me that for Christmas, and it's top notch, so it's going to be on my set every time now. Above my head, you can't see it, is a picture of my logo that I made that you'll most likely see in my TikToks and stuff, but on podcasts, you might not be able to see it. Anyway, not the point. I was talking about earrings. I wear earrings every single day, okay? For Christmas, someone got me a set of fruit-themed earrings, and they are incredible. There's like strawberries, there's dragon fruit, there's pineapple, there's a tomato. I really want to wear the tomato ones. I don't know why. And then I basically bought out Spirit Halloween of all their shaped earrings because, I got an extra sale and I was going to use that on earrings. And I got so many. I also have Christmas ones, and by that I mean I have little bows with jingle bells on them, and I have ornaments that are currently sitting on my little tree. And I feel like earrings are very underrated. My friend just got their ears pierced. They're like, I want to wear the big ones that you wear. And I'm like, you got to work your way up to that. I have really big, really heavy ones that I can't even handle for more than a couple hours. So they're like filming and photography only. I can't really wear them out. But you got to work your way up. You just got your ears pierced. Wear the small ones because they're going to hurt a lot. But I wear earrings in like every video and every cosplay too, almost. I didn't wear any for Gregory, but my Lightning McQueen. Lightning bolts, obviously. For Mater, I have this ear cuff that has gears on it because I thought it was so cute. For Lavender, one of my original characters, if you didn't know, I adore her. She has these big butterfly earrings, and they look super heavy, but they're actually not. They're extremely light, and they're hooked so they close up, like they close so they're wrapped around and they won't fall out. Seymour has one of the more boring sets that I have, but they're his earrings. Like, they're iconic. Seymour's are like these little green ones that someone gave to me. I love them. I think they're adorable. They're just not shaped. I have so many earrings. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to get any more. I'm getting more. Spencer's is where I get most of my earrings. I've gotten them from Spencer's. I've gotten them from Spirit is where I get most of them. And then I have a couple outsides. Like I said, I have one from Pride. I have some from Amazon. I have some homemade ones. And I have earrings of like every color now, like except for blue. I have one pair that's blue. The rest of them are like every color. Like I have everything from red, like Roy G. Biv, except for blue. And there's like silver, black, white, bronze, gold, all of it. It's just blue. I have a single pair that's blue, and I for some reason can never get blue earrings. I don't know why. I really gotta get them. I really, really do. My one pair of blue earrings are CDs, and they're so cute. I love them. I love all my earrings. I adore them so much. My friend for Christmas got me these little purple and yellow like skull sets, and they're so cute. Anyway, I love earrings. That's something to keep. That's something to keep in mind. I think we should move on to the next segment, which I like to call Nerd Trap. Nerd Trap is where I get permission to go on one nerdy rant because I could go on rants about a lot of things. But today's rant is going to actually be pretty similar to what we talked about before, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've been with Five Nights at Freddy's since it came out in 2014. Oh my god. Five Nights at Freddy's came out in 2014. The very first game came out, and now they're working on filming a movie, and it's, oh my god. How many games are there? There's a lot. Also a lot of like side games too. Like there's Joy of Creation. Joy of Creation is wow. There's a lot of fan games that are inspired by the original Five Nights at Freddy's series. Like what is it? Is it the Five Nights at Candy's? Is that what it is? There's a lot of them, but Five Nights at Freddy's, buddy. Right here. I have a plushie of Freddy sitting in the corner. He's staring at me, staring into my soul, but I love him. Do I know all of the lore? No. Am I working on learning all of the lore? Yes. I've been binging Matt Pat's videos for the longest time because I want to learn as much of the lore as I can. Because there's so much. So far, the one that really stuck with me the most was the dream theory, where everything was a dream for the crying child. And after listening to his theory, it kind of makes a lot of sense, but I have a feeling I'm going to say that and then be proven wrong in a couple of episodes, which is why I need to finish watching all of them before I can agree with any theories. I love Five Nights at Freddy's so much. I always enjoyed it. And then when Security Breach came out, I was like, ooh, I'm super excited. And then I saw gameplay of it, and I'm like, this isn't the same as what the trailer said. We can all go there. We can all go there. Okay, Security Breach was unfinished. Well, I'll admit to that. It was unfinished and it was rushed so it could get released. Funny how they rushed Security Breach, but they delayed the Five Nights at Freddy's movie to where we didn't think it was actually going to happen. In fact, I'm not saying anything, because I looked it up last night and they said filming starts February 2023 and it should be out before 2024. And I'm like, is it though? You said that a long time ago and we're still waiting on it, but you know what? I'm not judging, okay? Making a movie takes a long time and a lot of prepping, so I'm not saying that they're delaying it on purpose. I'm saying that timing can be horrible, especially after 2020, okay? We're not going to talk about that. As for the games, personally, my favorite game I would have to say was of course, honestly, I really do. I love Security Breach. It's one of my personal favorites. But if I were to ignore Security Breach, which how can you? I would say my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game has to be number 4. Okay, I like number 4. I like FNAF 4 because of the design of the characters. Now, I thought that it was going to be Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it, the Twisted Ones? Is that what it's called? I have the novel somewhere. And I thought that Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and the Twisted Ones were the same thing. I thought they were. I didn't realize that there was Twisted and there was Nightmare. Those are two different ones. I really like the design of the Nightmare ones because like the big jaws and the multiple teeth, and honestly Balloon Boy, Nightmare Balloon Boy was one of my favorites. Okay, don't come for me. I also love the cupcake. Okay, we can acknowledge the cupcake's existence. Okay, I actually have a stuffed animal of the original cupcake, but they also had a Halloween update. So I feel like that was pretty cool. Like Jacko Chica and what was it, Jacko Bonnie? Bonnie was also turned Jack-o'-lantern. I don't think the other two were. And Nightmare. I adore Nightmare because he is a living nightmare. He was awesome. I loved Nightmare. I personally I could like I really liked how trippy his jump scare was, you know, because like he just appears on screen and you can't do anything and then it's over and it's really cool. Now, if I were to step away from the original Five Nights at Freddy's series and go into the fan games, my favorite by far is Joy of Creation. Absolutely 100% no doubt. I love Joy of Creation. It was really good. The jump scares are really loud, so they get your heart racing and everything. And again, the characters are really good. And a lot of the suspense and the amount of fear and anxiety that can go into this game. Personally, I watched a lot of Markiplier. That's how I watched Security Breach. That's how I watched Joy of Creation. I watched his like entire gameplay of Joy of Creation, and I thought it was so good. From the beginning where it was just like wandering around finding um objects and stuff to story mode. I loved story mode. That one was really good. And it's really impressive for a fan game. Okay, a lot of fan games tend to stray away. They keep the similar concepts, but they're not exactly highest quality. That happens a lot. I'm not saying they're bad games. I'm just saying that they're not the same quality as the original. Joy of Creation, I thought it was a legit Five Nights at Freddy's game. Like a part of the series and everything. I was like, I thought it was a part of it. And then I find out it's a fan game. I'm like, what? The graphics are very nice, and especially Chica's level. Okay, Chica's level is amazing. Okay, because that is like so fearful. You're constantly okay. You saw it on the title card. There's always going to be spoilers in the Nerd Trap. So if you don't want spoilers, then just go watch it yourself. But Chica's level is terrifying because you're like you're being stalked constantly, and you have to keep looking back at her. I think um, but then at a random moment, you'll just hear rapid footsteps and she'll come up to get you. Now, that's amazing, okay? That's really cool. Like, that's really good. And if you have headphones on, like Mark did when he played it, imagine hearing that in your ear and everything, and you just hear rapid footsteps coming up behind you, and you don't know if it's in real life or if it's on screen. Like, that's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. They also had Ultimate Custom Night. I forgot to mention that one. Ultimate Custom Night got really big. Of course it did. Markiplier had like super long streams playing Ultimate Custom Night. It was pretty good. One of the hardest Five Nights at Freddy's games in history is Ultimate Custom Night. I would imagine 50-20 mode, it like that's one of the hardest things ever, and it literally said one of the hardest challenges in the whole FNAF series is 50-20 mode of Ultimate Custom Night, because you got all of these characters fully leveled up. It's possible to win, as we've seen before. But is it easy? Absolutely not. It's incredibly difficult. Will I ever play Ultimate Custom Night? Probably not. I completely forgot about a game. Pizzeria Simulator. I forgot that game existed. It was not what you thought it was. Like, I thought it was going to be another one of those games where it's just like one of the side games from the originals, and then you get deeper into the game and you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was. It's really cool. Like Lefty. I gotcha. Lefty is personally one of my favorites. I love Lefty. I want the plushie of Lefty because look, he's so cute. And there's another book series. I don't know if y'all knew about that. I think it's called Tales of the Pizzeria. Tales from the Pizzeria. What's it called? Five Nights at Freddy's Tales from the Pizzaplex. This is recent, you guys, somewhat. And they already started turning them into graphic novels, which I love because I can knock out a graphic novel in like 2 hours. So the whole point of this rant was just to talk about one of my favorite game series ever, next to Legend of Zelda. Go check out those books, and who knows, you might beat me to it. Okay, most of you have probably already finished that book series, but I'm trying my best. I'm on the second one that came out almost 3 years ago. You best believe that I am going to be looking for all of those. And they each have three stories in each one. So like the first book had Into the Pit, To Be Beautiful, and Count the Ways. The second one has Fetch, Lonely Freddy, and Out of Stock. So they all have individual stories, and it looks like Tales from the Pizzaplex has that too. That was the whole point of Nerd Trap, was to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's this time. Next time, who knows what we're gonna talk about, but this time we were talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I adore. So that was Nerd Trap. Alright, now that we got that nerdy rant out of the way, which took the longest, but that makes sense. That's most likely going to be the longest segment. We are headed to the final segment of the podcast. No. But the final segment of each podcast is going to be Quote of the Day. Roll that fancy title card. Quote of the day is basically, I have this book, and by book, I mean my cell phone, that has a ton of different quotes in it from my friends, from TV shows, from YouTubers. Today's quote of the day comes from Gravity Falls, one of my personal favorite TV shows ever. I've seen the series about 12 times over. It's so good. And the quote is, drumroll please,
Bros before dinos!
Yes, Seuss says that. And I love that quote so much. That one's my personal favorite, is Bros Before Dinos. And I adore. Seuss is adorable from Gravity Falls. So remember that. Keep your friendships. Bros Before Dinos. And that's it. That's it. We did it. First episode. Woo! Little summary of this podcast. This is a safe space for everybody, okay? We talk about all kinds of different fandoms. We talk about cosplay. We talk about internet culture. We talk about fashion. All kinds of crazy stuff that goes on in this weird world around us, okay? So no hate will be tolerated. Only show love, and that's all I need, is everyone show love, because that's what we need. Where to find this podcast? Yes, this is very important. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, then you can see it on YouTube. However, if you're more of a listener to podcasts, you're going to find this on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and hopefully Apple Podcasts. I got to work some stuff out with that, but hopefully we'll get this on Apple Podcasts. But you can definitely see it on the first three. The first three is guaranteed. Promise. I post other content, by the way. I don't just run a podcast. I also have cosplay videos, like I mentioned before. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram for videos and photography of all of my cosplay stuff, because I'm a nerd. Both of them are at UniCosplay, similar to my YouTube handle. If you want some more behind the scenes stuff for this podcast, video making, or if you want to see the pictures of my cosplays before it even comes out, go check out my Snapchat. My public profile is also linked in the description. Also at UniCosplay, so go check it out. A brand new year. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2023, guys. New year, new us. Let's go ahead and kick this year's butt. Let's take this year by storm and show this universe that we got this. All right, we got this. Start new things, try new habits, and just make yourself super happy. It's going to be super worth it.
Hey kiddos, Editor Lily here. I forgot to mention something in the video. So I'm actually not going to be uploading a podcast episode every Sunday. I thought about it, and I want to upload regular videos to the YouTube channel rather than just the podcast. and I can't exactly upload a podcast video every Sunday along with some different videos, some different types of videos, and be a full-time college student and working. That is a lot on my plate, and I don't feel like dealing with that. So instead, we're going to be having a new upload every Sunday. That'll still stay the same, but it won't be the podcast. The podcast will probably be once every 2 weeks. We'll figure all that out. It's a new year, so we're trying a new layout right now. So just be patient, but you'll get another video next Sunday, even if it's not a podcast. You'll still get a new video. Okay, that's it. All right, bye.
Thank you for tuning in, kiddos. I really appreciate it. And keep an eye out for the next episode, of course. Keep an eye on my TikTok and Instagram to find some fun content while you're waiting for the next episode to come out. And remember, drink your water, eat your meals, get some sleep, and I will see you in the next episode, okay? Take care of yourself. Love you, kiddos. Bye!
Thumbnail.